What's up guys and welcome back to another video.
Come on.
Today I'm going to be giving you guys
standing around, let's keep moving.
Oh my god! In this video I'm going to be giving you a quick overview and guide of Aloy. Aloy. I know one of my friends is going to be mad at me for saying that name wrong. But anyway, I'm going to be giving a quick guide and overview of Aloy, going over her talents and what best weapons and artifacts you should use on it. Let's get into it.
There are people who need our
I
help.
swear to. So for those who don't know, Aloy is a cryo bow user, which is a PlayStation exclusive for now. PC and mobile players will also get Aloy coming into the 2.3 update. Now let's go over her talents real quick. Her normal attack is just the basic shoot 4 shots with a bow, and if you do an aim shot it will do cryo damage. Now her elemental skill. Aloy throws a freeze bomb in the targeted direction that explodes on impact, dealing cryo damage. And after it explodes, it will explode to mini cluster bombs that if opponents touch them, it will do cryo damage. When the freeze bomb or one of the bomblets hits an opponent, the opponent's attack is decreased and Aloy gains 1 coil stack, which she can gain 1 stack every 0.1 seconds. Now the coil stacks is actually each stack increases Aloy's normal attack damage, and when she has 4 coil stacks, all the coil stacks are cleared and then she enters rushing ice state, which increases her damage though even further, and her normal attacks are infused with cryo. But while she's in a rushing ice state, she cannot gain any more coil stacks. And the coil effects will be cleared 30 seconds after Aloy leaves the field. And as you can see here, each coil gives this bonus 5.8%, then it goes up to 11.7, then it goes up to 17.5, and then when she gains her 4th one, she gets 27.9 and gets her attacks fused with cryo. And rushing ice actually lasts 10 seconds, pretty good. Her elemental burst is pretty simple. Aloy just throws a power cell filled with cryo in the targeted direction and then shoots it dealing AoE cryo damage. As you can see from the scaling of the base level 1 ability, this class has some pretty huge scaling. It has a cooldown of 12 seconds and only has a 40 energy cost, which is one of the lowest costs in the game, so you're going to be able to spam this ability a whole lot. So for talent level up, I definitely level up the normal attack first, then the elemental skill, and then the elemental burst. Maybe you want to do burst and then skill, but in my opinion, I do skill and then burst. Now her first passive is actually when she gains a coil stack, her attack is increased by 60% and your nearby party members are also increased by 8%, which actually lasts 10 seconds, so she buffs herself and her team. Her next passive is when Aloy is in the rushing ice state by her frozen winds effect, which basically means once she gains 4 coils, her cryo damage bonus increases by 3.5% every 1 second. A maximum cryo damage bonus increase of 35% can be gained this way. You have to be in a coil effect for 10 seconds in order to gain the max damage bonus. But also, the duration of rushing ice is actually 10 seconds too. So basically throughout your whole entire rushing ice, you'll get continually more cryo damage bonus as the effect goes on. Her last passive talent is really reminiscent of Sayu's. When Aloy is in the party, animals who produce foul, raw meat, or chilled meat will not be startled when party members approach them. So you'll be able to approach the boars and birds while you have Aloy in your team. Also, I know the showcases for the talents weren't that cool because I actually don't have any part of it leveled up. But trust me, it do a lot more damage you actually have it leveled up. Now the weird thing about Aloy is, she doesn't have any constellations right now. Maybe she'll get some in the future, but as of the time of recording this video, she has no constellations. So you get what you get and you don't throw a fit. Now for the artifacts, I definitely say go for a 4-piece Blizzard Shredder. For those who don't know, 4-piece Blizzard Shredder gives you a cryo damage bonus of 15%, and when a character attacks an opponent affected by cryo, their crit rate is increased by 20%. If the opponent is frozen though, their crit rate is increased by another 20%. You can get almost 40% crit rate for free for having this set on. You could also technically run the 4-piece Shiminawa set too, but I haven't seen anyone test Aloy with this set on yet, so do with that information you will. And if you're not lucky enough to get good pieces for both of those sets, you can always run 2-piece Shiminawas and 2-piece Blizzard Shredder to give you that attack and that cryo damage bonus. Now the best weapon for Aloy. The Predator Bow did come along with Aloy, which is actually dealing cryo damage to opponents, increases characters' normal and charge attacks damage by 10% for 4 seconds, which have a maximum stack of 2. Additionally, when Aloy equips the Predator, attack is increased by 66. So with this bow, if you deal cryo damage, you can get up to plus 20% more charge attack and normal attack damage on Aloy. And if you use this with Aloy, you get a free 66 attack. I don't know. and the Predator actually can't get refinements. This is the max weight it is. So it's always gonna be this. And of course, if you have any 5-star weapons, it's probably gonna be better than all your 4-star weapons. You can also use a Skyward Harp, and Thundering Pulse will probably be great for it too. I don't know about Allergy for the ends, it's like LNG, Energy Recharge, Element Mastery stuff, but definitely the Thundering Pulse almost bow or the Skyward Harp. And the best 4-star bow for Aloy is probably going to be the rest. It just increases your normal attack damage by a whole lot, but decreases your charge attack damage, but let's be real, who's going to charge attack as Aloy? Also, the forgeable bow that came in the last update could also be good for her. Increases normal attack damage by 60% and charge attack damage by 12%. And when the character's energy is 100%, the effect is doubled. So you could use this on Aloy as well, but just remember, you might want to not use your burst as often. I wouldn't recommend the compound bow though, unless you want to go for a physical Aloy, which you probably won't. So yeah, those are all the good and bad weapons for Aloy. Now the best teams to put her in. When Aloy throws her R2, she does put down those cluster bombs, but you have to note that those cluster bombs do not work with Venti, but they do work with Sukas. So I'm gonna go up to these enemies and I'm gonna throw an R2 at them,
pack a punch.
and then when I swirl them with Sukas, the bombs actually move the enemies and the bombs towards the middle, so you can get some free icing rush stats.
6308.
So you can get some free coil
Can't
stats.
get up.
Oh!
It's over. Find that
You guys
weak
didn't
spot.
see that. Of course, you don't have to pair them up with Sukas to do it, but it does make it way easier to get the coil effects. Now, teams for Aloy. I'd say that this is a pretty good team for Aloy right here. Of course, we have Aloy and Diana, so they can pop off the Cryo Resonance, which gives you even more crit rate against opponents that are frozen or affected by Cryo by 50%, so which is why it's great to run Blizzard Trader for her. And for when Aloy gets her Rushing Ice effect, we have Zhangli here to pop a whole lot of melt. Then we also have Sucrose to swirl up the bombs and make enemies run into them unknowingly. So for example, I'm gonna just hop in here,
Absorption test.
and I'm gonna throw my ice things at them,
Animal test
make
6308.
Sucrose swirl them all up. I have Pulse times 4,
You're toast.
and I can pop Zhangling, and I can melt them and freeze them.
This
And
is
then
a
when
new
you
one.
have power on them, boink! Oh. Now this team right here could also be a great team, because Beidou and Xingqiu both have abilities that can proc when you hit normal attacks. And of course we have Diona here again for healing, shield, and the Cryo Resonance. Okay, so you have some enemies right here.
No, my sword. Ring
I'm gonna
cutter.
pop the Xingqiu,
Eyes
I'm
on
gonna pop the
me.
Beidou,
Ever seen one of
and I'm gonna
these?
hit him with those. And now we're popping a whole bunch of Super Conduct, popping an Electro Charge, Xingqiu and Beidou are getting the work in,
Monster. Diana.
and there we go.
Shaking
So first I'm gonna pop off all this.
Witness the power of Gulp to ashes.
Go pop off literally everything. Throw the bomb at him. I have 2 coil effects. 3. And I got 4. There we go. So this team setup right here could actually be really amazing. And also since you have Xingqiu, when Aloy gets her rushing ice effect, you can do a perma-freeze comp just like that. So I'd definitely pair Aloy up where people could do a lot of reactions. Maybe you want to do a perma-freeze build, or maybe you want to use Sucrose to actually bring in all the cluster bombs together and make sure you get the icing rush effect. And of course the cryo character is always welcome, so you can get that cryo resonance for increased crit rate. But if you try to do it for energy, you don't really have to because their energy cost is so low. So yeah, that's all there is to it. That is how you build Aloy. She is really easy to build and has some very compatible team comps that are very 4-star friendly. And just to recap, use any of the 4-star bows besides the Elegy of the End. And the best 4-star weapons are probably going to be the Rest, the Predator Bow, and the forgeable bow that came with Inazuma. Well, that's all. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please remember to subscribe if you're new. Hope this video helped you decide on what to put on Aloy and how to build it and what teams to put her in. Yeah, that's basically all. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye bye.